Welcome back to JTest class one more time. Today we're gonna be talking about Windows Server 2012 R2 and an introduction to domains. We're gonna learn about a lot of stuff. We're gonna start this series of videos. We're gonna learn about how to set up a small domain controller and do some services with the domain controller. Hope this will be interesting for you as it is for me. So Windows Server 2012 R2. What is Windows Server 2012 R2? If you know what it is, if you have, just drop it on the comments. Windows Server 2012 R2 is no more than a operating system or OS, on the technology field we call it. It's created by Windows or for Microsoft. By Microsoft, sorry. And it's just an operating system that offers services to different computers and networks. 2012 means the year that it was released. Sorry, and R2 means revision 2. So it was released in 2012, and then it came with some bugs, and those bugs were fixed. So they made a revision 2, and they released the revision 2. There is Windows Server 2012. That was the first one. Then they got revision 2. There is plenty of operating systems over there on this world that can do servicing. We have Linux. I believe there is a version of Mac or iOS that does servicing. I'm not completely sure about that. And then we have Microsoft Windows Server. This is one of the most used operating system for servicing servers around the world. It's fairly secure. It's really secure, and it offers a bunch of new functionalities. What is a domain? Well, a domain is no more than a group of objects that are governed or belong to one organization or one governor. So a way to explain this is like you live in a neighborhood and there is a bunch of houses on your neighborhood. All those houses form part of that neighborhood, and that neighborhood will be the domain. So that's one way to explain it. Computers classifications. Well, we have different computers classifications. We have plenty of them. Actually, you can classify a computer by gaming computers, desktop computers, laptops, notebooks. There's plenty of them. Tablets, they are another kind of computers that are smaller, they are tactile. You can carry them around. So there are plenty of computer classification. But when we are talking about networks, we have two main classifications. These are local computers and domain computers. So local computers are those that you have on your house. It's gonna draw a cute computer here. So local computers are those that you have at your house that they are not connected to a server in specific. So they have their own rights, they have their own storage, they have their own users, like local users. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. And domain computers, what are domain computers? Well, domain computers are those that belong to a server. So they will be administrated by a centralized computer or server. All your rights or your users, they will be on the domain. They will be administrated by someone else, and then it will allow a lot of stuff. So we're gonna talk about local computers a little bit more right now. Local computers are those, as I explained before, that are located on your house. Like this one I'm using right here. It's a local computer. I have my own user. I have my own rights, so I can modify whatever I want. I can store any kind of stuff on my hard drive, and it will be there all the time. But there is the domain computers. Domain computers are those that are hooked up to a server. They get the rights from the server. They get to store the information on the server. Uh, all is through the network to a server, a centralized place. So we're gonna do a comparison. Domain computers are those that belong to a neighborhood, like the houses, they belong to a neighborhood. And then domain local computers, sorry, let's say you have a small, let's say you live on the countryside, you don't have a neighborhood. Well, your house in the countryside that you don't have a neighborhood, that will be a local computer. You have all the terrain is yours. You don't have to specify that you have 2,000 houses beside you. Nobody comes around you. You have your own cows, and nobody can access to those. Only you. That's domain computer and local computer. Those are the difference. So domains, why, where, and what do they offer? Why use a domain? Well, domains offer better administration and one-place control. So when your computers are on the domain, you can create the users, you can specify how much you can save on those computers' hard drive or in the server hard drive on a share file, and you have one-place control. You can access to every single user on the network through that server. This why do you use a domain? Well, you can administer people and you can control them from one place, so you don't have to go all around. Where are domains used? Well, domains are pretty much used on enterprises, companies, small business. So you won't see domains really much used on like houses unless you're studying for that and you wanna set up that, or you're a geek and you just want to have everything on one computer and back up your data there so you can access to it. What advantage domains offer? Well, there's a lot of stuff that you can do with a domain. The first thing is administration. We talk about that, and the second one is control from one place. So these are two advantages of a domain. The other one is backup. So when you have everything on the domain, when you have everything in one place, it is easier to back them up. And you don't have to go, let's say you have a company with 200 computers. Imagine you have to go computer by computer backing up stuff, computer by computer creating the same users, computer by computer installing the same software, computer by computer setting up the same background, computer by computer, I don't know. Imagine you have to go computer by computer disabling the CD drive. It gets really tight. It gets really stupid to say from one way. So you will use domains when you have more devices that you can support with 1-2 persons. That would take so long to get them to work the way you want it. So you will use domains. And these the advantage domains offer. They offer centrability, they offer administration, they offer the control from one place. I really don't have too much to talk after these. After this, we're gonna start going into Windows Server 2012. We're gonna install Windows Server 2012. Excuse me. We're gonna set up a domain. We're gonna create some users. We're gonna do some stuff with it. I hope you like it. I hope you can learn from this. Please share and give us a like. If you have any comments, write on the comments. Let me know how is this affecting you. What are the good sides of this work I'm trying to do here? So thanks so much. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching one more time. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. I know it was really quick. I didn't talk all the points, but I feel like I could talk a bunch of good points. Okay, have a good weekend. Enjoy this winter here in Canada. See you again, guys.